normally when you look at the walls on Avenida de Mayo, you can see remnants of graffiti. You're going to see, guys, that the building itself is also very important because that building, at the time when all of this was inaugurated, housed the Ministry of Social after the 20th century. And then in the second half of the 20th century, things are going to start raining a bit.
Driving. It was just stupid. Obviously want to go ski west.
Buenos Aires was founded over here where we are right now. At least according to the information that we have, on June the 11th, in the year 1580, there were 64 people that stood up and they founded the city. On the side of the foundation would later become the site of that central square around which the city would be organized, and this is pretty much it. Now, even if the building is very important, this building has not survived completely untouched over the course of the years. Why? Because this building used to be, first of all, a lot wider than what we see today. When you look at it, you see these two galleries over there, ground level, first floor. There used to be 11 arches in those galleries, and today there's only 5. So and they on the side of the foundation would later become the site of that central square around which the city. You should look about it and it's kind of neoclassic style. It's a really green church, but there's a reason for it, which is that even if this is the very beginning of the existence of Buenos Aires as a colonial city, there was also the church. And that is why the monument is often known as La Pirámide de Mayo, the Pyramid of May. It's more of an obelisk if you ask me, but since the beginning people have referred to this as the Pyramid of May, we continue to call it that way. They are part of a guard of honor that is created by a regiment that in this case has been created here in Spain, that is known as the Regimiento de Granaderos Washington, riding regiments. They normally stand guard over there next to the Rail San Martin, and every couple of hours, you're going to say we have a little bit of pageantry where you see the Granaderos marching over there, and then coming back to the presidential palace, where they normally can be seen, because the Granaderos, this regiment that we see over here, also acts as the presidential guard over the United States, normally on station. Because it's the last shift of the day, you see that 5 soldiers are marching in right now. In about 10 minutes more or less, we're going to see 7 of them coming back. Consider people of what we're doing right now, standing in a group of more than 3 individuals in a public space in 19. Which is the place that is closer to where we are right now, just across the river. And then from Colonia, you can take a bus. That is often a cheaper option, but it's much longer. You can drive up. And especially in the last, I would say, 10 years or so, we've been dealing with major factors of the crisis, in the sense that we've been dealing with pretty high rates of inflation. Especially since the year 2012, 2013, we started seeing inflation creep up on us, in the sense that we started having 20. One side is much larger than the other. This building is asymmetrical. The two sides are also very different from each other. You have some balconies on one side that don't exist on the other. Why does this happen? Because you're going to have, they started out as 2 separate buildings that were joined together at one point in the late 19th century, the year 1886, to make one big presidential palace. You can still tell that this used to be 2 separate buildings.